My brothers and sisters, you are now watching the Gamer 2323, so just forget about the chores you're supposed to do. Put your feet up, get your Kool-Aid, fried chicken, popcorn, get whatever you may need! And I hope you enjoy the video. Alrighty, so we all know E3 really don't start until the big dog Sony get on stage, right? So this is going to be my predictions of Sony's E3, a press conference this year. E3 is getting closer and closer as we speak. So let me get all my predictions out the way. If you missed my Microsoft predictions and just my expectations of what I hope from them this year, you can check out that vid right there. It's kind of different though this year with Sony. They are kind of breaking from tradition, and they already actually kind of said what to expect from E. I'm guessing they did that because the way their E3 was last year, and then the feedback they got on that and like what people were saying about the E3 of how they kind of felt like it was a recycled conference from E3 2016, then going from that to PSX last year, which was an absolute... That jump was not fun to watch. Let's just say that. It literally just seemed like they said, you know what? Let's put some couches on stage and let's just talk to the freaking crowd. Joe is not really that fun to watch, So I'm guessing they're doing this because they don't want people going into, I don't know if they're gonna always, stick to this way to stick to this way that they're doing it. But I'm guessing this year the reason why they chose to take this route is because they don't want people going into E3 saying, yo, what's Sony what's Sony going to show off? People, when it comes to E3, their freaking expectations always go through the freaking roof. And Sony probably don't want that this year. So they saying, hey, this is what we got for y'all this year. We got this, that. Don't expect too much, and let's move on from that point. So if you guys didn't see Sony, actually I think this was last week, they sent out a blog post on PlayStation.com essentially saying what to expect from their showcase this year at E3. The main 4 titles that they will be focusing on this year is Death Stranding, Ghost of Tsushima from Sucker Punch, Spider-Man PS4, and The Last of Us 2. Those are the main 4 titles that they said that they're going to be focusing on this year. 4 games that people can't wait to come out and play for themselves, so that's going to be the main focus. Of course, they also did say that you can expect new announcements from third-party developers and of course indies. So this is Sony. You don't have a E3 conference, especially from Sony, without indies. Okay, this ain't just that PlayStation 4 or that remaster Station 4. Let's not forget, at one point, this was that indie Station 4. So they did say expect indies, third-party announcements, from devs and stuff like that. But as far as exclusive titles, that's going to be their main focus at this year E3. Saying all that, since the main focus that you said, Sony, not me, since the main focus of this year's E3 will be Death Stranding, Ghost of Tsushima, Spider-Man PS4, which... God, I hope we can get a demo of that. If they announce a demo while they're showing off whatever of Spider-Man 4 that night, I am literally going. I'm gonna have my PS4 turned on just in case they try to do something like that. Spider-Man PS4 and of course that Last of Us, bro. Since you said that those are going to be your 4 main titles that you're focusing on as far as first party games, I am expecting gameplay for each and every single. I don't think that's too much to ask. I am asking for gameplay for especially Death Stranding, because All this man Hideo Kojima been doing is putting together these weird trailers that got good CGI graphics, and people just lose their mind. Like, this man Hideo's a G. So, especially for Death Stranding, I want to see some gameplay of that. Ghost of Tsushima, which was shown at E3 last year from Sucker Punch. Definitely want to see, some gameplay of that. Spider-Man, I don't really need gameplay because they've been showing gameplay, but I mean if you want to show some more gameplay, by all means, so that, and of course Last of Us 2. Speaking of Last of Us 2, I'm kind of predicting that Last of Us 2 is going to close off their E3 showcase this year. I'm guessing the very last game they show is going to be Last of Us 2 gameplay, and then it's just going to be like, see y'all next year. They're just gonna be like, thank you, you have a good night, So they probably might either end their conference with Last of Us 2, or possibly start their conference with Last of Us 2. Because sometimes they do, from time to time, kick off their event just like, bam, sucker, we at E3, for instance, E3 2016, their conference started with the God of War not God of War 4, but, the God of War game that we just freaking played, so sometimes they do like to do that, just like start their conference off with a bang, and what better way to do that than with Last of Us 2, so I'm predicting it's going to be the last game they show, but it could possibly be the first game, but I doubt it. I mean, honestly, if PlayStation is doing this, saying, hey, don't expect too much, you getting this, that, and that, if they doing that, Microsoft, you might want to follow in their footsteps, because listen, I hope they have a good E3 this year, but if they just plan on showing a whole bunch of third parties like they always do and show off some Forza and whatever, nah. If that's y'all game plan, y'all should be doing the same thing Sony doing, saying, hey, this is what we got for y'all for E3 this year, before E3 even arrived. Now, there's been a whole bunch of rumors and leaks, from E3 this year. I know Walmart. I think Walmart had leaked, some things, that we could expect at E3 this year, and one of those things was Rage 2. Come to find out, Bethesda said, alright, fine, let's put out this trailer. So Rage 2, that was a rumor for this year's E3. Bethesda came out, said, bam, let's show y'all this Rage 2 trailer right now. Junk actually looks good. I'm not even a fan of Rage. I didn't play the first one, but after seeing that trailer, I'm like, yo, someone made the perfect comparison of what the game looks like. It looked like Mad Max mixed with Doom, and I'm all for that. So Rage 2, that trailer came out a few days ago. Junk didn't look that bad, so again, there's a whole bunch of rumors and speculation and leaks from E3. You really can't believe them all, but maybe some coming out is true, and Rage 2 was one of those things, so will we see From Software's game? If you guys remember at the Game Awards last year, From Software teased this thing. It literally was a 30-second trailer, if that, but they leaked this trailer. It kind of had that, Souls vibe, probably not a Dark Souls 4 or whatever. People were, a lot of people went to, oh snap, is this Bloodborne 2? But they never showed the title for, I forgot what it said at the end of the trailer, but a lot of people saw that little teaser, saw it was From Software, so it was like, Bloodborne 2, because Bloodborne was a very successful new IP on the PS4. Still one of my favorite games to date. That was my first Souls experience, so Bloodborne 2, definitely I'm all for. I'm sure a lot of people would be for, but some people still don't think that that's what the game is. They don't believe that that new game coming from Software is Bloodborne 2. They think it's a new IP or something like that. I don't really know. You never really know for sure until it's like officially announced. But hopefully we see From Software's game. You know, I hope they just don't tease it at like the Game Awards last year, and then we don't hear about it again until like close to like the ending of this year. Like, I would hope something from Software is at this year's E3, and hopefully they can, you know, just give us some more details on this game that they're working on. So I would love that. Some Spyro gameplay. Spyro comes out in September. So definitely, I think there's a good chance, or at least like a gameplay trailer of it, because I remember before Crash came out, like they were constantly showing, you know, some like new Crash gameplay or like a trailer and stuff like that, you know, to advertise it like right before it came out. Spyro comes out in September, you know, and suckers love Spyro, so I'm guessing something Spyro will be there, you know, some new gameplay stuff like that, but I'm not expecting too much from that. Red Dead Redemption 2. See, I don't know, because this is Rockstar that we're doing. Like Rockstar, honestly, they don't even really show up at E3 like that no more. Like, I don't remember the last time Rockstar like showed something at E3, but they don't really need E3. Like, again, Rockstar moves to the beat of their own drum. Why go through all that effort and, you know, work to, like, you know, prep for your E3 showcase when all these suckers have to do is be inside they office and just be like, hey John, go on Twitter, put out this, and let's just break the internet. Like, why go through all the E3 stuff you have to go through when all Rockstar needs to do is tweet and they can just break the freaking internet for that whole day? So I'm not really like expecting Rockstar to be there, but I really want to see some Red Dead Redemption 2 gameplay, because I'm telling you right now, that last Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer that was shown, I mean, I'm pretty sure we're all getting Red Dead Redemption, but at this point I'm like, I don't want to see no more story trailers for Red Dead Redemption. Like, I would love to see some actual gameplay. I don't know if that's just me, but I'm kind of thinking right now it's about that time to show some Red Dead Redemption 2 gameplay. So I would love that. But if Rockstar don't do it, I'm not surprised. They don't have to. They're Rockstar, you know. So Kingdom Hearts motherfreaking 3. This game, dude, supposedly is still supposed to come out this year. Let's just ride with that, okay? If that is indeed the case, hopefully we get, I'm definitely thinking that we're going to get like another gameplay trailer of it, and a release date. I hope we can get a Kingdom Hearts 3 official release date. That's that's really all I want. As long as it don't even have to be this year, cause I'm still kind of like iffy, like, man, this junk ain't coming out this year, you know. But I just want an official release date, so all these freaking memes and jokes can stop about like it's taking forever for this game to come out. Hopefully we can get a trailer and a official release date for Kingdom Hearts 3 at this year's E3. It would finally, you know, just shut up all these suckers, you know, that's been talking about this junk. When is it dropping? And I'm sure it would please the fans a whole bunch. So possibly that. Not possibly. It needs to happen. A release date, an official release date for Kingdom Hearts 3. Apparently it's still supposed to come out on Xbox One. That's okay. You know, I just still don't get, like, Suggy, y'all, they better put the freaking collections on Xbox before that junk come out, because if you just play 1, 2 and go straight to 3, just stop. You know, you're gonna be completely lost. You know, I actually seen some people and I literally started laughing. I was like because it was just like, really, people still like I mean, I guess it's still like those hardcore fans of the Vita. I seen people like on the PlayStation blog post that they put, talking about, what to expect from them this year at E3. Some people were actually saying, "Hey, can we expect something from the PlayStation Vita this year?" And I'm like, what's wrong with this nigga? Like, Suckers is still like actually like checking in on Vita and like what's going on with that. Again, I am aware there are some rare species of creatures out there that still do love and praise their Vita, and that's fine, but I mean, I even think, I've always thought the Vita was dead. Like, I've always thought it's pretty much a dead product, and for the past few events, it literally seemed like every event, Sony took less and less time talking about the Vita to where eventually it seems like they don't even talk about the junk no more. Like, maybe some games still come out for it, but you never see it advertised, So, again, I'm sure people out there do love their Vita, but let's be real. That junk is dead. I don't really know what to expect from that junk anymore. I don't even know, like, why it's still, like, being made, to be honest with you. But, again, some people love their Vita, and that's cool. If you do, more power to you. On PlayStation VR, I was talking about this junk on my Twitch stream the other day, and I feel like if you was one of the first adopters of the PlayStation VR and you spent $400+, you literally spent $400+ to play tech demos. Because that is literally like all. So at one point, I forgot the PlayStation VR was a thing. Like, that junk is damn near close to being the Xbox Connect. Remember, you remember when Xbox One first came out and apparently you couldn't play the Xbox One without the Connect? Yeah, that junk changed real fast, and now the Connect is gone. PlayStation VR, I'm not saying people out there don't play it, but I feel like with the PlayStation VR, maybe outside of Resident Evil 7 and maybe a few other titles, there's really been no games. VR is looking like a gimmick right now. It's looking like another gimmick. If we're being real, like right now, it kind of looks like a gimmick. It seems like there was like this hype phase for it, and like people were all excited about the future of playing games. If you want suckers to really buy into VR, you better be offering some freaking great VR experiences with it, and there hasn't really been a lot. So to all the suckers out there that spent $400+ to to essentially play demos, hopefully they have something about the PlayStation VR that can actually get people that bought the game, like, okay, we got this coming, and just offer like better quality products, for PlayStation VR owners. This is just some other rumors I saw on like websites and stuff like that. Most of this stuff I don't believe at all, but let's entertain it, So, Borderlands 3, that's a rumor going on that is going to be at E3. I think the CEO of Gearbox had kind of said something like, nah. Like, I don't know what y'all talking about. Like, he kind of debunked it, but not like officially, but that's a rumor. Borderlands 2 came out in what year? I think it came out in maybe 2012 or 2011. It's been like, what, 6 years since Borderlands 2? Well, since the last one. I'm not counting Tales of the Borderlands from Telltale. No, stop. But Borderlands 3, I know a lot of people would love that. That's like a very good co-op experience game that you can play and stuff like that. And people love the Borderlands series, but that's really just like, that's the epitome of a rumor, because there's really no like evidence to back it up. But that is a rumor going on. A new Splinter Cell, that's a rumor going on. I've never really been a Splinter Cell fan like that, because I was always more so like Metal Gear as far as Splinter Cell, you know, but Splinter Cell, I think the last one was Conviction? I think it was Conviction on Xbox 360. I think, you know, I know there's a lot of Splinter Cell fans out there and stuff like that. I mean, I would definitely be for that. But if it does happen, I think it's going to be during Microsoft's conference, you know, just cause, you know, so Ubisoft, I mean, it seems like, and it don't seem like that's been the case. Ubisoft has been very clear that they are pursuing open world based games and stuff like that. I don't think they've dropped a game. Have they dropped have they dropped a linear experience this generation? I don't think they have. I could think of games: Assassin's Creed, Tom Clancy. I mean, not Tom. Well, yeah, Tom Clancy's The Division. You know, but The Division, Assassin's Creed, Ghost Recon, Wildlands. What else have they put out? The Crew. Like, they've made it very clear that they're trying to like make their games as big and as wide as possible. Freaking Far Cry 5, stuff like that. Ubisoft is on this like open world orgy right now, just like trying to put out something, you know. So and I think Splinter Cell was Conviction was an open world game. I'm not sure, but I don't think, I mean, again, I'm not a Splinter Cell fan, but I don't think Splinter Cell fans would want a open world Splinter Cell. I would think that they would still want that game to be like a linear. I mean, even though like, I mean, Splinter Cell, it's I mean, comparing it to like Metal Gear, like not Metal Gear Solid 5, you know, but with those games, like, yeah, like you want to be able to do like other things, but you don't want it to turn into like, you know, what Metal Gear Solid 5 was. A lot of people didn't like Metal Gear Solid 5. As far as gameplay, it had more gameplay than any other Metal Gear game, but the experience almost was completely changed. It wasn't really like so much about the story no more. Even though there still was a story, it was more so gameplay. It wasn't as much cutscenes. When it comes to like games like that, like I think people still want that, like, you know, hey, you can like do other options, but it still is like it still is like a one path, you know, linear experience of what things you can do. I'm just guessing for Splinter Cell, people would not want that to go to open world. Ubisoft, you don't have to make every game you put out an open world game. Half the time from y'all, it don't work anyways, you know. So, but yeah, I definitely would be all for a new Splinter Cell. So that's a rumor. Gears of War 5. Let's all pray for Xbox. Dear gaming gods, please give the Xbox some exclusive. Gears of War 5 is a rumor, you know, if we're taking it back to Microsoft's conference. That's a rumor. I mean, Gears of War 4, not saying it was a bad game. I think people actually said the story for it was really good, but for whatever reason, the multiplayer of Gears, it just doesn't have that magic like it had with like Gears 1 to 2. People just really drop Gears like people drop Gears way quicker than what they used to back on Xbox 360. Again, I don't really know the reason for it because I was never like a major Gears fan, you know, but when it comes to Halo and Gears, I mean, it's there, but is it really? You know, like it's just not the same. But those are rumors going on, you know, for Microsoft's conference. But yeah, going back to Sony's, I mean, because they already put it out there again, I'm expecting, since those are their 4 main titles, Death Stranding, Ghost of Tsushima, Spider-Man PS4, even though I don't really want Spider-Man PS4 on this list, because it's like, out of all the games, we've seen the most footage and know the most stuff about that. Like, I wish they would take that off and put on something like, I don't know. You know, but we already know the release date of Spider-Man PS4. We've seen gameplay. Like, what else can they really show us that we already hyped for the game? Like, what else can they show us that like we haven't seen thus far? Maybe a demo. That's really the only thing that could take my hype to like the next level. And Insomniac once again, if I can get that collector's edition, that would be great. So yeah, once again, Death Stranding, Ghost of Tsushima, Spider-Man PS4, Last of Us 2, all those games, I'm expecting some good gameplay, you know, especially for Death Stranding and Last of Us 2 and Ghost of Tsushima. And the Spider-Man, not so much because we already know about it, you know. But yeah, this is the new direction that Sony is doing this year. I do still think they're doing that, you know, where they sometimes like, to where sometimes you can like go to like a theater and like watch the E3. I do think they're still doing that, you know, so you can still like look into like your local theaters if like they're doing that and stuff. But yeah, I mean, outside of like any surprises that we don't know about, I mean, I think there might be one or two, but I mean, it seems like again they're trying to take a break from tradition and not get people's like hype up so much, and then when they really can't deliver on that, like at least now they can say, hey, we said what like, hey, we said what we was gonna show you guys, so it's not our fault. I really don't think they want what happened last year to happen this year, to where people feel like it's like a recycled thing and like there's no surprises. So I think that's why they're taking this direction on it. And if that's the case, Microsoft, if y'all ain't got nothing like amazing to show, y'all should do the same thing, you know. So what are y'all predictions, you know, and expectations from Sony this year? You know, what do you guys want them to show? Like what surprises would you like to see? What sequels for games you would like to see that haven't been done yet? You know, people would love to see a Order 1886 sequel. I thought the Order 1886 was a good game, but because the jump was so short and it had a lot of quick time events, Suckers was like, this game is trash, you know. But no, the Order 1886 was a good game, so I would like to see that. And I do think eventually we will see that. But I mean, I would like to see that. Dying Light, that game, I think it came out in 2015. That game, I mean, it was kind of deemed like an average title by like most of like the gaming media out there. But Dying Light, to me, not so much like the voice acting. The voice acting was kind of cringeworthy, but gameplay wise, dude, like Dying Light was a really, I would like to see a sequel for that. There's even some rumors about Devil May Cry 5, stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, as far as surprises, I'm not really expecting too much this time around, because they've already put it out there like, hey, these are our main focuses right now. So, you know, but what are y'all expectations, predictions from Sony's E3 showcase this year? What do you guys want to see? Leave all that down and more in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I probably will actually like right before E3 comes, I'll be doing this on my Twitch as well. I'm probably going to like do like a live stream where you guys can like call in on like Discord, and then like, you know, it'll be like one of those things to where like y'all call in and like we talk, and then you guys say like your predictions and expectations and your opinions from, you know, what Microsoft or Sony needs to bring, or Nintendo might do something like that. So stay tuned for that. But anyways, I'll catch you guys in my next video. All right, E3 is right around the corner. Catch y'all then.